Alright, welcome to Militia Madness, where we play Militia. That good old time. Today we're playing, possibly week 1 of several weeks of Marvel. They added so many, and so many of them are so cool. So we're barely scratching the surface here. We might do week 2. Morgan was saying earlier that they could do 4 weeks or whatever. There's just so many. But today I'm bringing Captain America, Living Legend, 3/4 for 3 with Vigilance, and a really interesting line of text that whenever a creature you control becomes tapped during a turn, if it's the first time that creature's become tapped, untap it. Originally I wanted to play like a ramp deck with like mirrors, or like a really aggressive deck with tappers that you could both like tap that on offense and then tap it again on defense, but that's not what I did. I did something special. So we're going to put him over here.
Okay.
We'll get to it when we get to it. But the other stuff is I'm in blue-white. So flicker cards are really good at just generating value and just drawing cards. And also, like, you don't need to build into this that much because it doesn't exclude combat. So it's just 3 mana, your creatures have vigilance sometimes, which is nice. Like, just being able to, when it's a really racing situation, being able to like, okay, I have an attacker and a blocker. So we're on the pretty standard 1 mana ones in white, like the Core Skyfisher targets and the Flicker targets. I also have a Fairy Seer because I'm in blue, so I picked the blue one. Put those over there. I really wanted to try out Forecasting Fortune Teller. Thank you. I really wanted to try out Forecasting Fortune Teller. 2 mana, 1/3. It just makes a clue when it comes into play. Just give her a shot. It's a 1/3, so Helpful Hunter and Spirited Companion. I believe there's another 2 mana one that you can actually kindly customer from Avatar. But I played Forecasting Fortune Teller over that, just because I don't really need that many 2 mana 1/1s. So give a 1/3 a shot. We're on Winter Eladrin and Mana War. Maybe relevant this week as like my only way to actually interact with things. But 2 Mana Wars is just really, really great. This actually doesn't even need to be a Mana War. You can play it on curve and choose not to do it. But they both bounce your own creatures if you want to. This one's better because you don't have to. If you don't have to do it, playing Mana War into an empty board, not great. Anybody familiar with Flame Tongue Kavu? Playing that on an empty board is real great. You should do that more often. Militia Bugler, pretty staple with as many idiots, little dorks as I'm on. Almost always draws a card. Holy Cow and Inspiring Seer to finish out like the Core Skyfisher package. It's been a while since I put this in my deck, but I do think it's pretty okay. And then I went with Inspiring Overseer over like a lot of the other ones. There's a lot of 3 mana like draw cards, but this gains you a life, which
it's flying.
Yes, well the blue one also does. There's a 3 mana 2/1 that does the same thing. Here? Yeah, but it just doesn't gain you life. I'm on Scrivener, not Mnemonic Wall. I'm a little too aggressive for Mnemonic Wall. I agree with you. I think I'm a little too aggressive for Scrivener too, but this guy's a 2/2. I played it over the 0/4 because I don't really want an 0/4.
And I'm guessing the other ones were 2 blue mana intents?
Yeah, double blue is hard in this deck. Just double colors are just really, really hard in this deck. And also, that's not really what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But I got to a point where I was like, I need 3 more cards. Well, I guess I can. You know what? Get in here, Ghostly Flicker. Get in here, Scrivener. And then I added another land. So it was like, it wasn't that like this deck is built around it. It's just that it's pretty free for me to include. So I did. The 2 Core Skyfishers. This card is criminally underplayed. I think I should be playing it a lot more, especially in decks with like as many really, really good Core Skyfisher targets as I'm on. Because this is a Core Skyfisher that's optional. You don't even need to Core Skyfisher it. Whereas Core Skyfisher, not optional. Must do it. I actually had a friend, at one point I played a Core Skyfisher, and he quickened Armageddoned me in response to Core Skyfisher.
God.
I had no other permanents. So my Core Skyfisher went right back in my hand. Because that's how that works. You know, play around the Quicken Armageddon, idiot. And then we're on 4 non-creature flicker effects, and then the Pegasus Guardian. I really, really like this card. Ephemerate's just great. Momentary Blink's just great. This is like the most Hunter card I think I've ever played ever. But just being able to remove a creature and actually exile target creature you don't control may be relevant. But also it's just a 2-for-1. In and of itself. Maybe even more than that. You know, if you bounce a guy with enchantments on it, then it's even more. Ghostly Flicker is like the one of the last cards I added, and then these are pretty standard, and then this I think I've explained to death, and Morgan's explained to death too. I think we both talked about this card. It's just good.
Yeah, it's nice to have a second mode after you use your blink.
I think I'd like 3 more flicker effects, but I'm not a flicker deck. That's really just my way of generating value and staying in the game against like mid-range decks. What I'm really trying to do, I'll explain later. But first, let's get into my interaction. I'm on Phantom Interference, Lose Focus, and Counterspell. Very, very tight counter magic package. I'll explain why. Space is actually a lot tighter than you would think it is. And then I'm on a Journey to Nowhere, just as like one of the best white removal spells in the game. Have more on the side, but that's it for now. Guardian the... Sorry, I just looked ahead and saw it. Make me laugh. Guardian the Guild Pact. I am an aggressive deck, and this is nuts. Just wham! Wham!
Yeah, give me that vigilance.
Yeah, it is really, really good. So, we did that. And then we're on the Land Cyclers. Really, really important that you hit land drops consistently throughout the turn. Because you never really run out of stuff to do with your mana. This was a big thing I took from Morgan's... I mean, I was already doing this beforehand, but Morgan put it into speech a lot more eloquently than I can, which is often the case. When Morgan was playing Mono White Enos, they were talking about all this built-in stuff that they can do with a board stall happening, and, you know, cracking clues, or Core Skyfishing back another guy, draw another card, you do all this kind of stuff. You need lands to do that. So I'm really big on playing this. I almost played Sanctum Plowbeast as well. Well, because of this is why I played Sanctum Plowbeast. There was a guy that found defenders. And there were a couple of defenders with really, really good tap abilities that you could then do again. And I do think that version's fine. I'm doing something remarkably more stupid. I think actually that mid-range version of... You can even play Ramp with the guy that searches mirrors, and then a lot of mirrors, and you can play like big dumb idiots. It's just that in blue and white, I didn't really find the top end that I wanted, and I wanted to do something silly.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is Persistent Petitioner, and for those of you who don't know what Persistent Petitioner does, it has the ability for 1 mana and tap, target player mills a card. Very powerful, because for 2 mana, I can mill 2 cards, which is, you know, busted. But it also has another ability to tap 4 untapped advisors you control, which in this deck is, I believe, Persistent Petitioners.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any other advisors.
I think you might have one. I think that Lady Who Makes a Clue, the 2-mana one, is an advisor.
I have another advisor.
Yep.
Take that.
Why did I know that? I don't know.
Don't know, but I have another one. Take that. But it has another ability to tap 4 advisors to target player mills 12 cards. With your commander, these 4 represent, first of all, 4 1/3 blockers, because you can do that ability at instant speed. Yep. So you can just mill them for 12, untap all of them, have them as blockers, and at the end of their turn, mill them for 12 again.
And notably, that ability basically has haste, because it's not a true tap ability.
Correct. The moment you play your 4th Persistent Petitioner, you get to get him. And I know what some of you are thinking. This is a singleton format. Well, I'm covered. Wizards has got my back.
Yep.
A deck can have any number of cards named Persistent Petitioners.
Can trumps can't.
Yep. And so I really wanted to show these off because I don't think we've played any of the... You can have as many in your deck as possible. This deck, also on a side note, was one of the most expensive decks I've ever built.
Commander made these cards pricey.
Because these cards are actually way more expensive than a common that sees no play in anything should be. Yeah, it was actually really hard to build this because I started with 20 and then just happened to be like, I took a page out of Morgan's book when they built Master Paku and was like, I need interaction. I need a game plan that does something other than nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cat's out of the bag. I'm playing Persistent Petitioners.
Yeah, it's 1/5 of your deck? 12 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're just on, lands.
I probably should play Slime Against Humanity sometime.
It's a very good deck.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but it's very good. 3, 6, 8, and 6. There's my basics. And then I believe the others are just blue-white tap lands. We have the 2 non-basics for Alluring Revealed and Eagles of the North. And then we have card advantage or card selection ones. So we have the Sacrifice to Draw card lands. This actually needs to be another Plains because I have 2 Skybridge Towers. So
how'd that happen?
This is a Plains. This is an island. But we have the 2 Sacrifice Life to draw cards, and then we have the Surveil land. Yay! I'm gonna put that under you so I remember. Side deck, pretty standard. There's a couple of new cards that I actually want to talk about because I think I'm pivoting into something that I think is better than we gave it credit for. But Blue Blast, Hydro Blast. I'm in blue.
Yeah.
Heliod's Pilgrim, but the package is a lot different than I think you'd think in blue-white. I am not on Witness Protections. I am not on Utter Insignificance. I'm not on any of those cards. I actually think those cards in a control deck where you want to perfectly remove a creature are very, very awkward because they don't remove the ability for your opponent to block with the creature. Meaning that if they really want their commander back, they can do it. It's not as good of a strategy as I think we thought it was when we started playing the format. But white does have access to things that remove activated abilities and make them not be able to attack or block anyways. So it doesn't stop triggered abilities like Lignify and whatever do. But a lot of the things that they're just pacifisms as well. So it means that you can put this on like an Annoyed Alphasaur. And it's just as good as a Reprobation at that point, except they can't get the Annoyed Alphasaur back out from under. They have to blow this up. They're outs of just like, oh, okay, Lignify my guy, all right, block, return from the graveyard or whatever. And then the last aura I wanted to play was Cursive Chains. I wanted this to find an answer to Guard of the Guild Pact, and this does that. It's a multicolor way of Heliod can get into to deal with that card. Not that it's a problem, because I have a multicolored card in my command that blocks it and kills it, but, Thraben Charm and Destroy Evil. Again, I talked about there's more white removal on my sideboard. This is that. Also enchant removal, also graveyard interaction. Honor Guards. Yay. My deck doesn't target my creatures. Yay,
Yeah, to be fair, if it did, they only attract opponent's cards.
That is true. Yep. Monarch. Yay. Yay. Prismatic Strands. This is pretty standard in white decks. It's actually not the easiest to flash this back because I have 12 blue cards in my deck, but I have a white card in my command zone, so it's like, you know.
And your white card is in the command zone has Vigilance.
Yeah, very good with this. Oblivion Ring, just a catch-all answer to anything. You know, an artifact's got you down, Oblivion Ring. An enchantment's got you down, Oblivion Ring. Your opponent cheated and put a planeswalker to play, call a judge, also Oblivion Ring. Relic of Progenitus. It's entirely possible I don't need this, because I think against the graveyard decks... well, no, I take that back. I actually really need this because against graveyard decks, I'm helping them by, like, a lot.
Yeah.
So, like... they can actually, I'm like, oh, I can't kill you, and then I might turn a mill you for 12, and then they can kill me because I helped them.
Yep, just let's troll you for 20 now.
Yeah, So I needed graveyard interaction, and this is one that draws a card. So this is my favorite one in the my favorite non-colored one in the format, I think. That's it. Again, this is gonna be a plains or an island. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, check out Morgan's Deck Tech on Wednesday. I'm also going to give you guys another warning. Not like a cop or a teacher. I'm going to call your parents. But, this cycle, we film these in 2-week cycles, basically. So, last week you saw the sealed progression. This week, these 2-week cycles will be the last that you get 4 videos a week. The moving is just becoming really, really stressful. I just don't have time to edit 8 videos anymore. So if you want to leave a comment in the description below of stuff you'd like to see, I think the easiest stuff for us would be to film like a vintage cube draft or a arena power cube or something like that, because it would require literal 0 editing on my end, which would make my life a lot easier. But you know, even if you don't want to see magic stuff, just stuff that you think would be easy for us to record and get out.
Yeah, I could show Hunter Riftbound, or we could play the new Chaotic when it comes out.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. But apart from that, I think I said everything. Like, comment, subscribe. So I guess I'll see you Wednesday for Morgan's Deck Tech. Woo!